Hello and welcome back to the Metropole Grid. My name is Andre,
My name is Patrick.
and welcome back. This is BD Cosmos Summer Kit 2. This is the second game of Match 2. On the left, we have John playing Chaos Theory. That's a signed Chaos Theory. I'm not sure
Ooh,
signed
look
by
at that.
who, but probably
I'm
of
guessing it's the
someone.
illustrator of some kind.
I would hope so. On the right, we do have this is Michael. Michael's playing Replicating Perfection. Always a good deck. Always a strong deck.
It's a very strong deck, that's right.
And just to maybe a bit of a spoiler, but it's interesting nonetheless. So John is playing one of these Faust Theophilus Bagbiter decks.
That's right.
I hope you've seen these before because they're interesting.
Right, so the idea is he's going to make a lot of money, probably with Magnum Opus.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to... No, that's going to be after Theophilius Bagbiter.
Yeah, mostly after.
Yes.
Caddy Jones, I think, is the money bank
that's
until that point.
But he's got all the pieces. He's got Faust, he's got Game Day, which is the key card draw mechanic. At a certain point, he's probably going to draw his entire deck.
Yeah, that's the goal. You draw your entire deck, and then you can Faust through everything. This is a win in one turn kind of deck, which actually I've been seeing a couple of these shoot
Grabbing
up.
a few, right?
Yeah, I've seen DDoS medium decks with
Hyperdrivers.
Hyperdriver is basically the reason why these things work.
Yes, Hyperdriver has opened up a lot of very janky decks.
I don't know, because as much as it would be very easy to call something like the Theophilus Bagbiter a jank deck, this deck wins big tournaments. This deck wins Store
true.
Champions, regionals. I think nationals, maybe. There's something similar to this that won a European country. I looked it up at some point. But it's cool. It's certainly cool. And with a Magnum out and an SMC, you're on your way. And I don't know if Michael is savvy of this kind of deck.
He might not see this coming.
Not only do you have to see it coming, which takes some sort of meta knowledge maybe, but I don't know how long he's been playing Netrunner for. He's still a really good player, but this is something if you have to see coming, you really have to expect this.
Mind you, he's playing Replicating Perfection. He might have a few swordsmans in there just for the hell of it.
Yeah, Swordsman is an answer. You do have a clone chip, so Swordsman might not be the best thing. But just to bring back on the idea of win in one turn, the way that you also do this is a really lovely card called Notoriety.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Notoriety is a big deal. If you haven't seen Notoriety, it's an event, and it's green for 1 credit. If you have made a successful run on all 3 of the remote servers this turn, you can cash the Notoriety in as 1 agenda point.
It's a card that's never seen a huge amount of play, but I like the card a lot, and I'm glad that this kind of archetype is bringing that card back.
Yeah, because previous in the world before Hyperdriver, it's pretty hard to make a run on all 3 servers. That's your entire turn is server, Notoriety.
People were using Doppelganger, they were using All-Nighter, but those aren't quite as efficient as just a Hyperdriver.
Right. So it looks like that SMC is going to be coming. It's going to become the Leprechaun, which is your the nesting ground for these hyperdrivers.
That's right.
Hyperdriver is 3MU. There's not a. There's maybe 2 ways to get a couple of these on the board without having an absurd amount of MU. I think you can do it on Jin. I think Jin can do it.
Can it?
Yeah, maybe. I think Jin just says no icebreaker. Yeah, maybe. I'll assume.
We'll check it later,
we'll
folks.
look up into that. But we have a Leprechaun, and that's going to get a Hyperdriver.
It's going to get 2.
But
Good.
2 Hyperdrivers. So we already know at some point in this game, you're going to have what's the math? That's a 10-click turn.
Yep. It'll be 4 + 3 + 3.
That's a lot of turn. A medium, that could be disgusting.
Yeah, it really could be.
That could be really gross. Now, on the RP side, we actually have some pretty good building. The Jackson Howard is out.
Yep.
Going to be able to draw cards, build the board state. The mental health clinic is actually going to help Faust.
You know what? It would in a different Faust deck, but in this one using Theophilius.
Well, it does. It compounds on top.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But
Well, it makes
Theophilius is going to bring up to what, a 30-card hand?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but game day, it does make game day better regardless
It does
of
make
deck.
Game Day better, you're right.
But so money is coming in. Ice on all remotes, which already is going to be a problem for Notoriety.
Yeah,
All centrals, sorry, yeah. And another remote. And it looks like John is just going to be digging. So
It's building up.
how quickly do you think you can build this?
I think I have no idea because I've never played this deck before.
Okay, how many moving parts are there? You need your hyperdrivers, check.
You need at least one hyperdriver. You want to be making a lot of money.
You need Theophilus, which generally is fetched via a hostage.
Hostage, probably.
Yeah.
I feel like the element of this that will take the longest time is making money.
Yes.
Most other things can be tutored for. Money cannot be tutored
No, money, there's no universal money tutor, is there?
No. They should make that.
Yeah. We have another mental health clinic, the hand size +2, but 2 credits a turn is a lot of money. You do have to worry about upgrades against RP. So
That's right.
The easiest way to fight upgrades in RP is through denial of credits. If you have no money, not only can you not res Caprice, but it's very easy to predict what the Corp will bet.
Yep.
It will be 0.
If he's willing to put Caprice on a central server instead of a scoring server, that could also shut down the vicious combo that is hyperdriver notoriety.
Yeah, it could, but then you can't score an agenda. Like, you generally need an upgrade to score. With Faust you need an upgrade because you can break through any ice in the world besides 1 or 2, which become annoying. And I don't think there's a Turing in here. Man, that'd be cool.
There's definitely not Turing.
Yeah, there's not. That's a lot of influence.
But like maybe a swordsman.
Yeah, swordsman could be okay. Looks like we're gonna have another ice on the remote. Michael might consider scoring at some point. Pressure isn't on. There's no SMCs. There's honestly no reason not to just go for it. We're gonna put a Caddy Jones. That's an alternate art Caddy Jones. Really lovely card.
I love that
I just got that actually at this tournament. It was really cool. Julian did this thing after for all the people who played this game. He opened this box which had all these promos. That was a great box. Oh my god, all the promos. Christmas. It's mostly Star Wars at this point, but you could pick one, and I got a Caddy Jones, which predates my time playing Netrunner, and that was lovely. Yeah. Looks
it's full of Star Wars.
Michael is gonna check the speed. He's gonna see if John's gonna go for this. He only has 4 credits. But he is going to install Advanced. That is probably a Caprice Nisei. Probably. Or not a Caprice Nisei. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I meant more to say...
Nisei and a
Nisei Mark II. Yeah.
Right.
And that's a really good card. You could, in theory, stop a Vamp. You could, in theory, stop... heavens, a lot of things.
You can stop maybe the 9th medium run of the turn.
Yeah, which would help.
Would help.
Not saying it wouldn't. And it looks like John's just going to take some money, draw a card. You do see that Vamp in hand.
Yep.
And hey, there you go. That's an Nisei. That's 2 points up. Michael outraced this monster of game day, and it looks like the hostage is the backbiter. This is a cool card. Hand size is equal to money. It's very similar to that. What's that? HP?
Echo Mine? Nope. Wait.
No, that's
a cerebral.
It's basically the runner version of cerebral imaging.
That's right.
Previous to Faust, many people wondered, why would I want that? With Corporation, it's a lot more easy to leverage. A lot of play, with the Corp, hand size is good. You have a lot of choices. You can start doing all the quote-unquote jank combos that are fun. But in Runner, you need a reason to do that, and that reason is Faust. So as long as you keep your money up, you're in a good spot. And man, RP is making 3 credits a turn.
Yeah, haven't even seen a Sundew yet.
No Sundew, but 3 mental health clinic is a lot.
That is tremendous.
And install advance. That is most likely a future perfect, maybe a fragment, Hades fragment I've seen in RP decks. I think it's cool. It helps against noise. But you're gonna go to 5 points in a turn, and with the 3 mental health clinics, that's not much of a tax to score. And it looks like John is just gonna try and do the econ thing. That's 3 Magnum clicks and one Caddy Jones.
Say Caddy?
Yeah, actually, I think Damon Stone went on record and said it's Caddy. He has a friend named Caddy, and that's why he named the card Caddy.
Oh, cool.
I think you should be able to call the card what you want, but yeah, like Caddy's fine. It's fun.
All right, cool.
Yeah, whatever.
Caddy.
That's a future perfect.
Yeah, he's up to 5 points.
That's game point.
It's a race.
It's now a race.
I feel like John was taking money because he knows he's got almost all the tools.
He just needs to vamp, or he needs the game day money.
Yeah.
Because you game day first, then you vamp.
Yeah.
The other way would be incredibly stupid. Yeah, you have to do that. Yeah, it doesn't work. I've never played this deck before. Anyways, looks like he is reshuffling his money, and there's a couple kind of physical reads you can get off of people when they're doing these sort of money reshuffles. You can tell that they're thinking about something money related.
Yep.
Maybe a vamp. In this case, he just wanted to get more money. I think I see those reads very often when people like move around their programs for no
Absolutely,
reason.
yeah.
That means, oh, I'm thinking of installing a program, so give me some table space.
When people have their programs arranged in a certain way, like, oh, my breaking entering over here, and I'm going to make a space,
Oh,
then you think,
true, that's another good one.
corroder's coming.
Yeah, something's coming out. The celebrity gift is going to expose that 3-pointer, which is the last agenda needed. We know where it is. It's in HQ. It's not in that remote, so that's actually that's the least safe place for it to be.
Yep.
And another piece of ice went onto their remote. If I remember correctly, that could either be a Susano or a Wall of Thorns, both of which are relatively annoying. Susano's the worst, but are not the easiest for Faust.
No.
I guess you could take 2 net damage if you have a billion card in hand.
Multiple subroutines doesn't bother Faust as much because a lot of players will use an E3 implant.
Yeah, I don't think this deck does E3.
Okay.
I might be mistaken. Looks like we're going to fire 1 hype driver. It looks like only 1. So that's a 7-click turn. You can still do a lot in 7 clicks. Can you win the game from 0?
There's no pressure to win the game this turn. He's got at least 2 turns.
That's true. Yeah. Gonna empty out Caddy's coffers and maybe take just
Probably
like
game day now.
Stupid amount of money. Oh yeah, that's another. He's counting the cards in his deck. Let's see what that is. I think that's 20.
I think he's just going to draw his deck.
He can do it. Hey, game day. So this is a double. You draw your entire deck. If you've ever picked up your entire deck, it's fun. Not every card
Right, you should
one
try
by one.
sometime.
Yeah. And then you have this like comedy mitt of cards in your hand. You gotta
This is ridiculous.
like you have to look at everything.
He needs to double check game day because
What? That's a card?
it is strange
Wow.
to see that.
Yeah, that's a lot. 1 credit for all the card draw. The clone chip does go out, which is the swordsman answer, I think. I think he
probably.
expected that to happen. He needs to get that clone chip out. And there you go, Faust. And if you couldn't tell, if Michael could not see this coming from a mile away.
He's only got
He can now.
1 ice on each of those central servers.
Yeah, and I
that
think
is not good.
I think he thinks he can just push it because behind Caprice you can push it.
Yeah.
Maybe you can. If that's an Ash. Oh, he knows. Yeah, he knows. I think this is his first time saying something like this. This is really silly. And he still has 2 clicks left, I think.
Mm-hmm.
My God, John. What are you...
John, stop.
John,
No.
And hey, another hyperdriver. Yep. I do really like how John is tracking his clicks. I actually tried on the Metropole Grid. I do have some videos that do have click trackers in it.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming up soon. I'm trying with it. It might be worth doing. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll forward to those.
Oh, thank you. So we know the agenda is in hand. There's another Caprice in hand. Do you install advance? Could be the game either way. And he knows, like, even if he gets that agenda, it's not game.
Yep.
Like, oh, okay, take my 3-pointer. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
Right? Oh, boy.
Yep.
Let's see what he can do. Install advance. John is thinking about it. And this
he's
is
gonna do it.
the 10-click turn.
You've heard about it, folks?
It can happen. It's like a real thing.
He had to buy more click trackers.
Yo, I actually don't know what he did because there's no way he owned 10
Maybe
click
he
trackers.
borrowed some from
and
people?
those are 10 click trackers.
I'll have to ask him at some point.
Like, how? Okay. He has 8 click trackers.
All right. I'm glad we both got so excited right now.
That's still a lot. Like, I didn't know.
Did he go to a craft store or something?
Yeah, I don't know. These are, if you haven't seen these tokens before, these are the Team Covenant.
These are the Team Covenant ones?
Tokens, yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Not that many people up here in Canada, Montreal, play with them.
Well, they're not very easy to get.
No, they're not. It's a shame. We have a border in the middle, and it makes parcels. Our dollar is really bad.
Really bad. That is terrible. We've got a border.
Yeah.
We've got to take down that border.
Yeah,
it's time to
man.
merge countries so we can get our tokens.
Anyways, 10 clicks. What do you do? Oh, you'd Magnum. You definitely have to Magnum.
Magnum. That's 20 credits right there.
Yeah,
That's totally
you could
worth it.
Magnum for so much money. Think about it.
Put one on Katie just for a caddy. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. You say what you want, man. I don't want to be that kind of person. But hey, that's a vamp.
It's a vamp.
Through 1 piece of ice, it won't matter what it is. A wraparound is probably the most annoying, barring the swordsman. It's an enigma. Oh, God. Do you lose the click?
I wonder.
I don't think you do.
You can soak the click, though.
Yeah, you could really suck the click at this point. There is a Nisei counter. So
Yeah.
you could stop the vamp. I'm pretty sure John has another vamp, so it might be
He's
of no point.
yes.
Looks like he's gonna toss 2 magnums and not gonna fire that Nisei. The vamp is gonna go through. Is it a full vamp? 24 to 21?
Ooh.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
with Faust out, you don't need the money.
you don't need the money. However, your hand size is gonna become 3 credits next
If he
turn.
doesn't win this turn,
If you don't win this turn, 3 credits. Well, 6, I guess, with the mental health clinics, but that's yeah, I guess it's the pressure's on.
he doesn't even need that whole hand of cards in order to get into those. Oh,
Nope. So he's gonna run that server. Nothing can be res. No upgrades. No, none of that ice.
let's double check though.
No pop-up windows.
Come
no
on, pop
data
up
mines.
window. A pop up window would do so well here.
Yeah, and he's gonna access, and we know what that is. 3
Yeah.
points on the board. That much closer to winning this turn. Do you use the
7.
and there's a caprice? You trash that? Yeah, whatever. Might as well. Yeah, it's fine. Okay.
Okay, we've got 6 clicks left.
6 clicks left. You can do a lot in 6 clicks. Can you win the game again? Actually, it looks like for this click, he's gonna check archives. Jackson in the bin, some money. Now, if you didn't see the notoriety coming, you would think that's a strange thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But also another reason why you want to do that is you want to pop the Jackson in theory. This is something that a couple people, you might not
right.
be that, you might forget about this, and I wonder if Michael will, is that you can actually you can use Jackson to shuffle your deck and basically destroy
it really negates notoriety.
an indexing.
Yes, you're right, indexing.
And that also, there's a couple other cards that can do that. I
should have done that.
Yeah, he probably should have done that. I don't think he's realized. But you can also do that with Executive Bootcamp.
Yep.
Hey, notoriety, 6
notoriety,
points.
Another notoriety.
Does he have another notoriety? Yeah.
I mean,
he's holding his whole deck.
With his 30 card hand, I think he does. There we go.
And that's another notoriety. I think he has 2 clicks to spare. So even if that indexing didn't go through, he could have had it. I imagine he had an RDI. Oh, he didn't have the money. Okay, maybe he probably had another indexing. So
I'm sure he did.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's how you win in a turn. I don't see that often. Well, no.
Deficit of 5 points to 7. That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Pretty scary.
That is terrifying.
It makes me want to put a swordsman in every single deck.
I don't even think swordsman's the answer to Faust. Because you just have a clone chip. It's Shaper. It's really not that big of a deal. It's annoying, but I guess you can even just clone chip an SMC and then pull a Mimic something like that. Oh, it's in your hand. No, that's not going to work. Anyways, that was fun. I actually really like that deck. It's kind of fun to play against. It makes it a race. There are ways across it. Having an upgrade on HQ is super important, I think.
That's right.
There are ways to play around that. But hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Stay tuned. We'll have there's 2 more games in this BD Cosmos Summer Kit 2 series, and I hope you enjoy them.
Bye, guys.
Ciao.